Hey everyone, it's Dalton NCFs, and as you can tell from the title and the picture, we're taking a look at another subscription service figure, and today that is going to be Grabuge, Ruckus. I think it's Grabuge. I think if you go by the French, Canadian, or just the French translation for it. And as we can see so far, it is very nice. Just give me just a moment. Let's go ahead and get our file card out here. Set this box aside. And taking a quick look at his file card, got him there. Zoom in on that. Actually go ahead and try to take this out of here without tearing this, and of course it tears. Oh well. I guess it's not a huge deal if it tears a little bit. So, there we go. I still love this artwork. Very nicely done. There's this text specs, very high endurance. And then it says here, you know, known by, I guess it's the French term. There's his name. And there it goes on about just the Ruckus office by the closed circuit. Yeah. Then it goes on about a younger brother named Groundhog. So we'll get into that here in a minute. We've got some information here about the weapon and combination and everything. So set that aside. Go ahead and bring Ruckus, or yeah, let's just name him Ruckus because that's who he is meant to be. And fairly nice. You got a little bit of a scuff mark right there with the paint, but it's not too bad. And first and foremost, I want to say this guy has more paint than needle nose. I am actually surprised about that. I do love these type of graphs here. Make it look like he's got the shocks just like the original TriggerCon did. And on my camera, this purple's coming out more of a blue, but it's a nice deep Decepticon purple. And this is more like kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of a light tan. It's not quite beige. It's just a really glossy tan. You got the teal coming through here. The silver looks really nice and shiny. Same with the rims. Grill and the lights up here nicely painted. Just overall a nice amount of paint on here. Too bad they didn't do the windows, but I'm happy with what they've done so far. A nice deep purple Decepticon symbol. And that is actually tempoed on. It's different than the plastic. So it wasn't just the white background. Bringing in who I believe they're talking about as his brother, Off-Road in here. I mean, it's not named Groundhog, but I mean, he was originally intended to, you know, homage Ruckus. So, only seems fair that they'd be considered brothers, especially how they're pretty much identical. As you know, they are. I mean, he's just a straight up repaint. But setting him aside. Got the long range missile launcher, I guess is what they're calling it. Very nice shade of blue. I mean, it matches nothing on him, so it's kind of weird that they've done it so differently. Let's put that right there. And then you've got his Chaos Crystal tipped axe. So what kind of strikes me is it says it's a Chaos Crystal tipped, yet there's absolutely no paint. Maybe they could have done teal, maybe just a light clear coat to give it a little bit of a sheen to it. Just something to make it look like it was crystal tipped. I mean, you can zoom in here, and I think it's got some of that little metallic fleck in the plastic, so I guess that works. And zooming back out. Let's go ahead and get Ruckus transformed, or Grabuge, whatever you want to refer to him as. I think everyone's just going to refer to him as Ruckus. I also love this trim of the purple here. And most of this is molded in that purple plastic just painted over with this tan. So let's go ahead and get them transformed. Like I've said before, you can find the review on these guys or on the original mold in the card. It's going to be popping up on screen right about now. So if you want to see a full in-depth review on that, you can. You just get his arm out here. Take the head around, bring down the legs, and the transformation joints on these are fairly tight except for that one hinge down here. But this mold has been used a fair amount. I mean, we've got him as off-road, first aid, ironhide, ratchet, obviously him. The car did breakdown. We got trailbreaker, so fair amount of usage out of this mold. So, and there is Ruckus, or Grabuge, or however it's supposed to be pronounced, in robot mode, and he looks beautiful. Again, like I said, that's coming out more of a blue on my camera, but it is, like I said, that nice deep purple, and then you've got this tan through here. And they did a fairly good job matching up the unpaintable nylon plastic with the paint. So I'm fairly happy to see that. Get some more of that silver and teal through here. And the face is yellow, just like on off-road, except it's actually yellow instead of that green. But it is coming up green on my camera. I don't know why. You get the nice red eyes in there. You get the little tempograph symbol there. Now, when I first found out about this guy, I did some looking because I didn't know anything about the trigger cons other than crankcase. Crankcase was really the only one I knew about. So I did some looking, and I saw that they had the little spring-up weapons. And I did a video back on Vine a long time ago when I first got off-road and found out about, Ruckus being in the subscription service. So I decided to figure it out, and I found out that you can take the hand-foot gun, arrange it like this, open up the back, and there you go. Now him, and if you ever want to make yourself a crankcase, you can have them with their cannons over their heads or shoulders, or whatever you want to do. So, and then this also works for Trailbreaker, and if you ever want to make yourself a hoist. So now that you have Ruckus with his proper trigger con weapon, along with an axe, because why not? So let's go ahead and get off-road here transformed, and we'll be right back. So now having, off-road here, see a lot of the similarities and the differences. I mean, obviously, the head, from the get-go, it was meant to homage Ruckus. It just couldn't get the name, so they went with the French-Canadian, license name for the subscription Ruckus. And I like it. I mean, say what you want all day about this mold. It's one of my more favorite molds, along with the Rook mold and the there's a few molds that I like, but him and the Rook mold are two of my favorites. But back onto him, some more paint apps I missed is, you got these shocks here again, just like you had up here. Again, to translate to what we saw on the original toy. So you got that little bit of purple, the silver, and the yellow, just like here. It's in different locations, but it actually kind of gives you that thought of, oh, it's transforming, so these are like hydraulics, they actually spring and move and everything. So I like that. You get some more of that silver here on the feet. And the joints aren't floppy. This leg is a little loose on mine, but for the most part, it's still fairly tight, especially the ball joints on the shoulders and the elbows. It's not as tight as all the joints on Needle Nose, but it is still pretty good. So bringing in Needle Nose real quick. So here we got the first two of the subscription service 4.0. And I honestly can't wait to find out who the third one is. I want to find out for myself. I know people are going to be posting it all over when they get it in the next couple of weeks. But so far, these two have got me pumped up and excited for Thunder Mayhem. I'm ecstatic. Mainly because this is also my first subscription service set, and I love the Combiner Wars for what it's worth. I mean, yeah, it's a ton of repaints and retools and rehashing the same stuff over and over again, but I don't mind it as much as other people, but I don't know. That being said, like I said, Ruckus is just amazing. This is one of the ones I was looking forward to. I actually really dug this guy the first time I saw him, and that waist is tight. I didn't notice that. Him and Spinister were the two I was looking forward to the most. Mainly just because, as far as the limbs. I mean, Bludgeon's an easy one to look forward to just because it's Bludgeon. But Needle Nose and Windsweeper are kind of like, eh. But this guy, obviously, like I've said like 4 times now, I'm gushing. Like I said, all this here is paint. And just the way they painted it, some of that detail just pops. Especially since some of it didn't quite get perfect, so you get these little, kind of like my buddy Chris, he likes doing the, the black wash with the, the Gundam paint markers. And you still got all that silver and green, that teal paint coming through here. That's a nice attention to detail. So I'm going to stop gushing and rambling. I just want to say, if you didn't get the subscription service for this year and you are liking some of these, seeing the final photos, good luck trying to get them. I'm not trying to mean that in a facetious or, sarcastic way. Happy hunting. He's a great one. He's going to be hard to find, depending on if people really like him. I know personally I like him. My buddy Dakota likes him. So, yeah. I mean, there's not much else to say, so I'm going to stop rambling. End the video right here. So if you want, you can check out the gallery of him on Facebook. And have some photos up on Instagram. And maybe, also Twitter, because they go. Anyways, you can find those down in the description, along with the original review of Off-Road, his brother, if you want to call him such. And then, I'll see you guys all next time, and looking forward to see who number 3 is. So, see you around.